So we start off this episode with Mel being told to leave by Naofumi, from the last conversation they had during the last episode. It's quite disappointing that we never got to see or got to hear what she had to say because, the Shield Hero issue at the capital seems to be very political and personal when it comes to the hero's relationship with the ruling class. They try to level up and increase, when they try to class up and increase their level count, they get rejected by their Majesty's orders, only after Naofumi shows it and they can afford the steep fee of 15 gold, which I'm pretty sure is not the actual price. And it wouldn't make sense for them to charge so much to help. They want to help the heroes, level up so they can fight the wave. So this just doesn't make really any sense at all. You can see the surprised look on the priestess's face when he hands them the gold, because I don't think she really expected that he would be able to afford it. So they learn from the slave trader that other countries can provide the class up service as well. And, the guy recommended that they would go to this country called Shieldfrieden, which was, I guess it mainly consists of like demi-humans. And, I assume that they're more welcoming, since demi-humans probably aren't treated well in other countries. This country is a more welcoming country in general. It's kind of, I guess it would be like a refuge for demi-humans. And so I guess they don't explicitly say that they're going there, but I guess I'm assuming they do when they show them traveling. So while they're traveling to Shieldfrieden, we don't actually see how the process is done. They just go, but instead they emphasize that they go past a poor town that that charged the fee for them to pass through. Normally, Naofumi's merchant pass would get them through, but apparently the toll was for everybody. And from the normally you would think that a toll like that, and taxes and all that would be something to help towards the village, upkeeping the maintenance for the village. And Naofumi noticed that, hey, everything's run down, not well maintained, so the lord there, or whoever's ruling, is probably a scumbag. He's probably not using that money to help the good of the people. And now to my favorite part of the episode is when Naofumi and the gang go off to have a meal at the local restaurant where they see the sword and the bow hero. They learn that the guild did not pay him out for their missions. I loved their reactions when they confronted Naofumi and he tells them exactly what happened to their missions that they thought they accomplished. Hopefully this was like a some sort of wake-up call for the heroes, because they don't really seem like bad guys. They're extremely cocky, and but they don't seem as bad as the spear hero. They definitely needed a bit of that humble sauce, and I think Naofumi served it to them, and it was quite a satisfying moment in the episode. So we learned that the next wave comes in about 27 hours, and so they don't really have that much time to prepare or do anything major, just just last tune-ups and all that. Aside from the class ups, they've gained more party members or allies for the next wave, which are the soldiers and the mages that were chasing the soldier was from the soldier that was chasing them from the previous episode. They passed Naofumi's 150 silver coin test, proved that they really wanted this. Excited, what I'm excited for is, the introduction of mages. We haven't seen too much magic aside from, that shopkeeper. And from what we can see from the previous episode, fighting against magical opponents can be quite difficult without an ally mage like to counter them. If it weren't for that shopkeeper mage who was with them in those mines, like who knows how that fight would have gone. Just some things I noticed that the mages and soldier designs, aside from the main guy, the main earnest one, they don't seem to stand out too much. So maybe that might mean that they're just fodder, for the wave to happen, or maybe it'll just give them it'll be a way for them we'll get some character development out of them, and they'll develop. Well, I guess only time will tell with that. So tell me your thoughts on this episode. Who do you think that lady is, and do you think the wave will go, smoother than the last one? I mean, I can only assume it'll get harder, right? Please hit me up with a like and a comment for your thoughts or advice on my new channel, and I'll see you guys next week.